live. Hey everybody, thanks so much for tuning into Young Money Investments. My name is Cameron Bennion, and today we are going to talk about trade wars, why the market is down a little bit. Chicken's done in that air fryer. Wanted to cover a little bit of that. I know I've gotten a couple text messages, phone calls, and things like that about why some of the callouts that I've done have dipped, while others have actually done a little bit better. We're going to jump into that, but really quickly, I want to roll over to talks of trade wars. So we are going to zoom this down here, put me in a little small corner here on the desktop, and we are going to pull up the trade wars and trade rumors here. So if you look, Dow falls 350 points as trade war fears escalate. Wall Street has tried to ignore warning signs about trade war for months, and it can't any longer. That is a load of crap. We've had a lot of actual rumors that have caused a lot of the markets to take dips when some of these escalations have happened. If you haven't read in the news recently, China had said that they were going to impose 34 billion, I want to say. Probably tells me right in here, it talks about the U.S. Imposing or planning to impose potentially 200 billion worth of tariffs on Chinese goods if Beijing follows through with its promise to re-escalate and retaliate against previous rounds of U.S. tariffs. Basically, as you can see, a lot of companies, Apple has dropped 2%, Cat's fallen 4%, Boeing has also fallen about 4%, which wouldn't actually be bad dip buys. This is going to be the reason why the market has taken a tumble here recently. And so I wanted to go over that. The big thing that I want to cover, a lot of people have been worried about these trade rumors here as of recently. And I just want to reiterate the thing that happens with the market. Wall Street does not like uncertainty. If you've traded for a long period of time, last year, what caused a lot of the commotion in the markets was the potential nuclear war with North Korea. Now that that fear has kind of taken over and gone away, we have this new fear of trade wars and rumors of trade wars with China. The thing that I want to reiterate and remind you about this turmoil right now is it's really unsubstantiated and is not a reason to sell. If anything, it's a good reason to buy. The reason why I see it as a good buying opportunity is because China has a big reason to stay with the United States and why to have a mutualistic, beneficial relationship with us. The U.S. has been getting pounded for decades in terms of trade with China. We have been at a deficit. That is one of the big reasons that you've seen Trump, who is a massive, huge negotiator, really not put up with it anymore. And that is why I believe that this is going to be good and beneficial for the United States. Whether you like Trump or whether you hate him, whether you think he's a pompous, arrogant a-hole, that really is nonetheless really important in this situation. It doesn't matter. What really matters right now is that this particular situation is actually good for the U.S. economy. The reason being, basically China imposing or saying that they will impose 34 billion in tariffs on the United States. Trump turned around and countered and said if anything is continually escalated, if China wants to throw in any more in the future, the U.S. will impose 200 billion. Look at it kind of like the playgrounds, right? In simplistic things, basically what would happen is, someone says, "Oh, well, I'm going to do this to you if I'm going to punch you." Well, the next person, the bigger guy, goes, "I'm not only going to punch you, I'm going to punch you and beat you into a pulp, into smithereens." That is basically what the U.S. is doing in this situation. They're going, no matter what, like, we have the upper hand here. And the reality is the U.S. does. The U.S. has over $1 trillion worth of debt held by the Chinese. The Chinese need the U.S. economy to do well in order for them to do good, and vice versa. We need them to do good in order for us to continue to do well. That's the reason why this whole trade war rumors to me is kind of very inconsequential in terms of the markets. It's going to get worked out. We are dealing with a president that really, honestly, guys, is probably one of the best negotiators that we have ever had in terms of foreign affairs and foreign policy. So I personally have been buying on these dips. If you want to look at the S&P here, we're going to actually pull this up so I can kind of show you a little bit more here. We're going to minimize it down to about here. And then we are going to take and pull up the S&P right now. This is the SPY. As you can see, in aftermarket hours, gosh, the S&P had dropped almost, gosh, over a whole percent, 1.29% basically. As you can see in during market hours right now, we continue to saw it dip down. It kind of recalculated and recalibrated, came up a little bit, took a little dip, but we're seeing the S&P start to come up. Some of the callouts that I had from Sunday stock pick were CPE. This is one that has done extremely well. Even just in the day, it has been up a total of about 5.53%. It has not experienced any issues, and that's what is it? Callian Petroleum. If you do look at a couple though that I have called out, OLED is one that I've gotten a couple messages about. Gosh, Cameron, what's going on with OLED? What's going on with OLED? Let's take a look at the 180-day chart here. If you look at support and resistance, I called this out before. It's still come down even from what I've called out. I looked and I saw a support previously right here of about $85, $86. Now that's what it's done. It's come down. Do I see a good buying opportunity right here? Yes, maybe you're down a few percentage points. Maybe you've actually lost, 3 or 4% on it. I see this as a perfect buying opportunity right here. If it does not recover and continues to drop down a little bit more, well, heck, I'm going to probably end up selling out of my position and taking a loss. But boy, I'm telling you what, guys, this doesn't get any better of a buying opportunity on OLED. Is right here at this price floor of about $86 or so, $86, $85. I see it as a perfect buying opportunity. I plan on buying. I already bought about $5,000 of it today. I'm probably going to actually buy another $5,000 as I see the green candle starting to come up. I see it, like I said, again, being able to ride this up to probably the $100 mark. That offers about a nice little potential for profit of about 12%. So do what you want. It has sold off. I know a lot of you that have not traded as much are kind of worried about that and concerned. I would have told you, look at the chart pattern. Please, 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 before you get all worried about this, look at the chart pattern. This is what's going on. It's pretty standard, pretty darn standard. I thought maybe we'd get a bounce up in here. We did not. It did consolidate here for a little bit. But, guys, this was previous resistance, or previous support. So, hey, I'm not too worried. I think it was just kind of a perfect storm in terms of the foreign trade policy, the tariffs and those kinds of things, causing all stocks to go a little bit lower. And now OLED has found support right here. If we're also going to look at Cirrus Logic, again, CRUS, another one that we are looking at and trading this week. Hasn't had as nearly much of a sell-off as I expected. It's dropped and dipped a little bit below support here at about 37.65, 37.60. I still see this as a good buying opportunity, just has not come up. Next one that we should be looking at, MELI, Libre Mercado, MELI. There we go. Another one, kind of trading right down here. We've had a nice little push up recently. But buying anywhere between this 288 to, wow, that's actually a large, massive push. Let's take a look here. Drawing tools. Honestly and truly, that is a push up of 2.65%. So that's actually a decent amount. But I do see still buying Libre Mercado because this has been support for weeks and weeks and weeks for them. So again, not worried about that. JNUG, let's take a look at JNUG. I have not gotten into JNUG yet, just in full disclosure. The reason I have not is because of the sell-off. JNUG. Because of the sell-off I've seen in other companies. Now again, you're seeing it break down into here. That's why I don't see it as a good buy right now. It's starting to dip. It looks like it's making a recovery here as of recent, but again, there's no factual evidence or support for this. Where I do see support and where I do see a floor is now going to be at about $13. So it's broken support right here, and now it's trending down. Yes, it's trending back up. And could it trend back up? Sure, it could. But I don't like the pattern. I like the pattern right here where it's very consistent. This was consistently trending, and it's broken below that. So I personally do not see getting into JNUG right now at the current time. Next one we're going to take a look at is I think we actually went over all of them. CPE, JMAG, MELI, OLED, CRUS. We'll go back over CPE one more time here, just for kicks and giggles. But like I said, I mean, it's since the Sunday stock talk here at about $10, we're seeing it. It has peaked. Gosh, I hate this. This clicking is really sucking. We've seen an increase of about 5%. So I continue to see value in this. If it can hold, I would like to see a pullback and a support and validation for the next couple of days along 1060, and then start to see an uptrend pattern here. So, boy, this mouse is just sucking. Gosh, add a drawing. I honestly would like to see here, you know, like I said, consolidation, and then you have a large, massive amount of potential for profit here on CPE. But I don't know, again, guys, based on RSI, it's not trending super high. But if you do look at where the RSI is at right down here, you're looking at an RSI of about 56. Where has it also peaked at that point and sold off again? Well, you go back right here. Okay, looks right here. It looks like it came up to about 1060 and then had a sell-off. Again, RSI, look at where the RSI was. Very similar spot to where the RSI indicator is currently. So if you did get in on this right around here at $10, I would not see this being as a bad selling point. Taking profits, you never can go broke taking profits. Remember that number one rule. You can never go broke taking profits. So if I saw a good opportunity, I would actually probably, and this is what I'm probably going to do right now, end up selling out of CPE, looking at the 1 day. Let me take a look at the 1 day, 1 minute chart here really quick. It is trending above the middle VWAP. It is pushing and reaching highs of the day. So yeah, I honestly and truly do see this as a good sell. I mean, the RSI continues to start to go down here. I honestly and truly do see this as a good selling opportunity if you've made a decent amount of profit in CPE, and then I do look to wait for it to have a nice little sell-off, or if it can hold above that for a swing trade. This is day trading, but if for a swing trade in it, I would look right here to see consolidation right here around the 1057 mark, and where it consolidates and then starts that uptrend. So I would probably look at getting back into it around the $11 mark, just to be on the safe side. So that is essentially my call outs for the day, my plans, my plays, what I am going to do here. Hopefully those will work out for everybody. If you have any other questions regarding that, feel free to message me. That's the plays, that's the game plan, and I hope you have enjoyed this. Take care, everybody. Keep it green, and I'll talk to you and see you in the next video. Bye.